Yo, you've been around so many people, like so many funny people your whole career. Who do you think is like the funniest person you've ever like worked with or even hung out with?
Oh, funniest person. I mean,
I've done a ton for you.
yeah, I mean, straight out the gate, like Jillian Bell, like we knew her so early on, and we knew we wanted her to be part of Workaholics, but because she's like literally just one of the funniest people I know.
Is that just hanging out, or is that like her delivery on set?
Both.
Oh.
Good vibe, but like, yeah, I find myself laughing at like her like creative choices and like this, like we came up doing sketches with her, and like all the sketches she would write were just like insanely funny. So
do you get like competitive with that? Are you like, fuck, she's funnier than me? Like, or not funnier than you, but like that sketch is better than the sketch I wrote or something like that?
For sure, when you're in like the come up like that, yeah, there was more of that. I'm not so much that way anymore, but like even the first time I ever met Adam, like in community college, we were in the same improv class, and it was like, he's getting laughs, and coming from high school, being the funniest guy at my school, and he's the same thing, funniest guy at his school. You're coming to college and like seeing him, it's like, fuck this guy.
Yeah. That's what I always think about that in sports, where it's like, yeah, you were the captain of your high school team, but so was all these guys who were coming to like the college team. That's funny to think about that in comedy, where it's like, oh shit, we're all the funniest people from the neighborhood.
Yeah, that is for sure like the most real thing. That's what makes being part of a team hard, and that's why I'm proud that me and the dudes are still friends, for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, now that there's some distance between Workaholics, like has your outlook on that changed, or like do you miss it more than you thought you might, or any change in the Workaholics like memory, if you will?
Yeah, I mean, I think like very early on, once the show ended, like realizing that we no longer had an excuse to see each other like every day of the week. Yeah, it bummed me out. Like it only helps the creative process when you're in a room with people like every day. So that part I missed. I mean, we recently, since it's quarantine and everything, we're starting to do a podcast. So that's cool to be like
the three.
The four, even Kyle is on the podcast. So
I don't like when celebrities jump in the podcast lane, because that's where we make our money. And that's probably the funniest fucking group I could ever imagine doing a podcast. So fuck you guys.
Yeah, well, hey, we're off to a rocky start. It's good. I've already said it takes 10 to 15 to 20 to 40 episodes to get good at it. So
I have a feeling you guys will be just fine once you get your feet underneath you.
What's the podcast about?
Well, it's called This Is Important. And it's basically just about anything that is important to us. So it's not really that important at all.